to STIX Season 2 review. Now, I did the original STIX Season 1, and to be honest, it wasn't as bad. But STIX Season 2, I have to say, it was surprising, kind of. But yeah, maybe it will be better than Season 1, maybe it will not. The ratings are going to be the same. If you haven't watched the previous one, go watch it. It's a good episode, meh episode, or trash episode. Let us begin. 11. Cold Nut. When Larry gets sick, Jacob tries to help him. Fun fact, this is the first episode of Season 2. Highlight, Jacob saving Larry. Yeah, besides that, it's just Jacob trying to help Larry getting sick. That's it. It's boring. It's not bad. It's just boring. I mean, I like Jacob saving Larry when he does something, even though in the previous season, he wasn't that helpful and he caused trouble for Larry. But this episode, he tried to help, and I can say that's good. But it's meh. It's really meh. It's just meh. Meh episode. It's just boring, man. It's not bad. It's just meh. Episode 12. Super STIX. 64. Jacob and Larry are stuck in Super Mario Bros. Fun fact, on Larry's computer, there's a button called Don't Click. Yeah. I like them in Super Mario Bros. I like, even though it looks kind of terrible now, it doesn't work too good. It kind of looks terrible. It looks very terrible. I really like the idea of this and like the title. It's on the upper side of meh. I was close, except for it looks boring. The animation just looks awful too. I mean, I know the episodes back then but Yoshi Play's old STIX, but yeah, and Yoshi Play did make a remake of this, which is way better, just by the way. But it just looks really bad. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. Episode 13, Piranha Mama! Jacob gets a piranha. Larry must take care of it. It's like the babysitter's episode, sort of. Fun fact, Jacob mentioned application for a job in this episode, and he was a construction worker and bodybuilder, so this is the second time where he tries to get a job. Yeah, I like Larry. You know why? Because he gets tormented by his piranha that Jacob stole for no reason, just like Desert Disaster. And it's worse than this. It's so terrible. It is spoiler alert, this is the second worst episode after Desert Disaster in the entire series. This is a Larry torture episode where he gets bitten and his arm is turned and part of his head gets ripped off by the piranha at the end. And what does Jacob do? He just brings him to the hospital, which is nice, but that's what an average person would do anyway. And plus, Jacob is the reason that Larry is in this position. If he never stole it, never got a piranha, why would he even want a piranha? This episode is terrible. It's clearly a trash episode. 14, Big Breasts and I Cannot Lie. That's a terrible title, by the way. That is awful. After finding something in the trash, Jacob and Larry get shunned. Fun fact, Larry references dick figures. I like Larry referencing dick figures because every part of this episode is terrible. It's like, I don't know, Yoshi Fanga, where weird stuff happen. Where Jacob and Stella have some weird thing going on. Oh. Yeah, it's trash. It's really weird and boring. Just them walking around and not much happening. At least in Stupid 64, there was more going on. In this episode, no, I don't get this. The title is awful. I like Larry references dick figures because there's nothing else that's good. 15. Switch Duel. Zoe spends a day with Jacob and Stella. Stella spends a day with Larry for a birthday. I really like this concept where Jacob spends a day with Zoe and Stella spends a day with Larry. I hope Yoshi Play makes this remake of this episode because this episode was wasted potential. I'm gonna say it. Apparently Jacob cannot read for some reason. It's like the dating game where Larry tries his best. Oh, and also like Valentine's gift where he tries to get a gift, except it's a gift for someone else. I really just don't find this episode too good. It's a meh episode. The concept could have been done better because this is wasted potential. This is so much potential and it was wasted. Oh. 16. Gambling Gaga. Jacob and Larry have to go gambling to pay the bills. What? Fun fact, Jacob crashes the car like in Desert Disaster. Oh boy, it has to remind me of the Desert Disaster. I like the part of the montage, only because this episode was cut off way too quickly. There could have been a little more for the episode, but it cut off like right when it cut off right when the plot was starting to get going. The plot was starting to get good, and then it ended way too quickly. That's the problem. But besides it, it's a good episode. In fact, I would even say it's better than most of the good episodes in season 1. Just that it ended way too quickly. 17. Alan Creepo. Alan follows Jacob and Larry around the place. Fun fact, first appearance of Alan. I like Alan. So, since it's his first appearance, well, in the original series, there's a remake of this episode because this episode is boring. It's just him falling around and Jacob never gets scared. There's gotta be more stuff. It's meh. I like Alan. He's my favorite character, and he's pretty popular in the STIX fandom. Wait, is there even a fandom for STIX? Because there's a STIX wiki, but it barely has any information, and when it does, it's only really short. But yeah, for Alan's first appearance, this wasn't bad. It's boring. That's it. 18. Alan morning Viking call. Alan has morning. Fun fact, second appearance of Alan highlight. I like Alan again because this episode was boring. It's just Alan doing his morning routine. That's it. And then Jacob and Larry waiting for him. That's the episode. Is this even an episode? It's just him. There's no story. It's just him having a morning. It's like ordinary day. Is this episode supposed to show how Alan has an ordinary day? Well, this is boring. It needs to be more stuff, entertainment. In fact, in the remastered version of this episode, it completely ignored this part where Zoshi player just talked about Alan's origin story instead of Alan's morning. Because this episode there is absolutely no potential of this. There is no way you can make a good episode. Like in the episode of SpongeBob season 5 episode Rise and Shine, there's just Patrick having a morning. It's boring. This is boring. It's a very light trash episode. Just boring. 19. Man up! Larry tries to man up on a date with Zoe. He had a date in the dating game, and like Larry trying to man up on the date, although messing up. This episode is awesome. It is a good episode. In fact, this is probably the best episode of the original series in season 1 and 2. This is great. It's even better than Final Duel. Spoiler alert, this is my favorite episode of season 2, but it's not that good. Yeah, it's compared to the episode. Spoiler alert for season 3. It's not as good as the episode in season 3 though. It's close, but yeah. Anyway, this is just good. 20. Skoo-goo! Larry tells the story of how he and Jacob became friends. This is the first clip of the STIX movie. Yeah, there's a STIX movie that we'll review after. Yeah, even though it's not that good. I like Larry taking Jacob to the orphans. That's nice, but where's his mom? But it shows how Jacob's parents. Sorry, this is not canon anymore since Yoshi Play made a remaster of this version because this story is awful. It shows how. First of all, it uses clipboard. I mean, I use clipboard for these slides, but this is an episode of a video. I mean, this is a video, and that sandwich is a clipboard, but it uses clipboard, and it's a movie. It's a part of a 42-minute movie of the STIX movie. But anyway, it shows how Larry and how Jacob's parents died in a car crash, and it shows the bodies. Is that supposed to be funny? Or is that supposed to be emotional? It's kind of treated as a joke, but is that? And Larry's like, ooh, that's gotta hurt. Seriously, Larry, that's your entire emotion. Jacob just lost his parents. Oh my god. This episode isn't canon anymore just because it's just a clip of the STIX movie. Was Yoshi Play that lazy that he didn't even. This was a terrible finale. It's just a clip of the STIX movie, except the first part doesn't show the YouTube movies intro. But this origin story is kind of boring. It's a boring trash episode. Most of these episodes are boring anyway. And that is every episode of STIX Season 2 now. Let's go check the pie chart. See, 62 pie chart. We got 2 good, 4 meh, and 4 trash. Compare the Season 2. There's a lot less good episodes. A little more, one more trash episode, and one more meh episode. The good episodes are only half, and the good episodes are better than Season 1, but that's the cost of quantity. Plus, the meh episodes are slightly more. So the trash episode. In fact, the trash episodes almost take half of it. So yeah. So what is my rating for this season? I was stuck between trash and meh. I had around 40% of the pie chart is trash. However, 40% is also meh. So it was obviously not going to be good since there's only 2 good episodes, and even though they're decent, it's not enough to call this a good season. This is a very low meh season. It was very close to being called trash. It just only saved by how not as bad as the trash episodes were, except one exception, because the trash episodes were mostly boring, except one episode that you probably already know, Piranha Mama, which I do not like at all. It is awful. But besides that, it's mostly leading to meh, and the good episodes are pretty decent. The meh episodes are pretty okay to watch, but yeah. Notes: Alan is introduced. He usually plays his least favorite episode. Piranha Mama is in the season, which is most of mine for the season. STIX Season 2 trash episodes will mostly kill me at well, except one exception, of course. Here's my bottom 5 of Season 7. Number 5, Cold Nut. Number 4, Alan's morning walking call. Number 3, Big Breast and I Cannot Lie. Number 2, School Grove. And number 1, Piranha Mama. That it was obviously not. It was obviously going to be number 1. It is ahead by all of the other bottom 5s of the season. The only reason Cold Nut got on the season was because I had to put at least one map since there was only 4 and they needed 5. So and Cold Nut was pretty boring. But yeah. Top 5 episodes of Season 2. I do have to realize that 3 of these top 5 episodes, since every episode has to be on the top 5 and bottom 5, since there's only 10 episodes in the season, as long as Season 1 and Season 3. Number 5, Alan Creepo. Number 4, Switch Duels. Number 3, Super STIX 64. Number 2, Gambling Gaga. Or number 1, Man Up. Yeah, only 2 of these episodes were actually called good. Super STIX 64 was close to being good. It just needed more, and the Switch Duel was had so much missed potential. And Alan Creepo is boring. It's just Alan following them around the place. Thanks, Yoshi Play, for creating and applying rules for the inspiration. And that is every episode of STIX Season 2. Catch you on for STIX Season 3 and also the STIX movie. And I'm starting a new series called STIX Extra. But yeah, this season wasn't as good as Season 1. At least Season 1 had more good episodes than meh and trash, even though most of them lean more to the meh and some of the trash. The trash episodes in that season were bad, but in Season 2, most of them were pretty close to being meh, except one exception, of course. But yeah, maybe Season 3 might be better. Who knows? Spoiler alert.